Hi guys, we're excited to announce that in our latest update to Crayta, we're introducing our brand new animation system. It's been redesigned from the ground up, and in this video, I'd like to show just how easy it is to enable and disable these cool new character movements you'll be able to use from now on. So for example, here we can see a new walk, run and jump cycle. We can see a new combat roll animation. We can see a new sliding animation. And we can also see that the player is now able to climb up onto surfaces that were previously unreachable. Let's take a quick look at how creators can add these animations to their games. Okay, in order to enable and disable these features in your game, you'll need to get onto your player template. Okay, so here we're going to go across to the Templates tab and open up our player. And we'll see that we now have a bunch of new properties available over here in the window. So for example, can mantle. This will control whether the player can pull themselves up to a platform. The max height, so the max height in centimeters in which they'll be able to do this. Whether they can slide. Whether they can roll. So break fall will control whether the player will enter a combat roll when they fall from a height, and this is determined by the speed in which they fall. So here you'll set the break fall speed, which is the vertical speed required to trigger an auto roll when landing. Okay, so let's have a look here. So if I was to disable these things, so I'm going to disable can mantle, can slide, can roll, and break fall. Okay, and this will essentially put games back to the way they were before the release. Okay, so if I now enter preview, so we'll notice that the character still has the new run and jump animations. Okay, but they'll now no longer be able to mantle on these blocks. Okay, and if I was to run up here and try and slide down, they're going to crouch, and a double click of crouch isn't going to do anything. If I now return to my player template and reactivate these things, so I'm going to can mantle, can slide, can roll, and can break fall. Okay, so we're going to try and climb one of these blocks. And we see now that instead of actually going into a jump, the player detects the height, knows that he can climb it, and is going to climb up. And then jumping from here is going to automatically trigger that break fall roll animation. And then similarly up here, if I now crouch, that's going to do a slide and a double click of crouch for the roll. So it's a simple case of checking those options on the player template to control whether the player can do this, along with a couple of parameters to determine how and where those things are appropriate. Next, we're going to have a look at how you can control the mantling on a per entity basis. So if I go to one of these, okay, this entity here, we'll see that we have a new option on here, which is can be mantled. So I'm going to uncheck this one. Okay, so I'm just going to make this one red on top, just to make it obvious that this is the one that we can't climb. And then we're going to play. Okay, so let's check. We can still see that we can climb up on this side. So that works fine, and we get our nice roll action off of that. But this one cannot be climbed. So if you want players to be able to climb in your game, but certain areas to be inaccessible, and this is a nice way of being able to control it on a per entity basis. Okay, so I think that's everything. That's just a quick overview of the new options. As I say, there's options there to enable and disable all of these features. And I can't wait to see how your games turn out with all these new options in Crayta.